So, now that you guys have wrapped this up, Ur'Gak, make me a quick perception check. After you've finished venting your barbarian rage over that smear mark.
14.
14. Yeah. You're feeling pretty good right now. You're a little annoyed that the door behind you didn't, or the door behind his body didn't give, but at the same time, not horribly displeased by it, considering the effects. Yeah, that's about that. Simon wakes up and is just groans heavily as he grips his broken hand and checks his leg, and is just basically looking around and like checking pieces.
I'm just kind of like wrapping a bandage around my wound and just look up at him. Just, hello, stranger.
Good night.
He kind of like looks around confusedly, and suddenly his eyes widen, sits up straight with a wince, and goes, "What have you? Do you guys realize what you've just done?"
You're welcome.
And we're not here to rob you again.
He groans a bit as he starts to stand up and looks around. He says, I don't know what to say. That's the second time you've saved me."
Can I go around and loot the other bodies?
You may begin to loot the bodies.
I would like to ask, so where is everyone?
Everyone? What do you mean?
Oh, the bartender, the guests, general populace.
Daisy.
He looks.
Daisy?
He says, I actually don't know. I came down here. I'd been getting a little bit of rest. I was out late last night, and they were waiting for me. They must have run everyone out of the tavern. He's like,
run or killed?
He looks around. He says, "Well, I don't see any other bodies. Even Inquisitors have to rein it in a little bit. Mass murder isn't. It isn't something you just walk out of a city on."
How did they run? Daisy's half orc, right?
Half
Ogre,
ogre.
half ogre.
Half
Even
ogre.
bigger.
How did they run a half ogre out of?
They
Outta
are
here.
They're part of a big organization.
He says, "Of Inquisitors? Doubt it. No, my guess is they either threatened them or paid them."
Yeah.
Ur'Gak, make me another perception check.
Oh god. The door's a mimic, isn't it?
There it is.
Oh no!
You
How many
guys are
bones
sitting.
does it have?
Infinite.
Oh god. So 24 on that perception.
24. Excellent. Ur'Gak, you hear... You're kind of sitting here right about now, and you notice something. That door still won't open. You kind of leaned up against it to get a rest, maybe get a little fresh air, and you just kind of lean against it. You're like, wait, that should have opened. And as you put your hand to it, you realize it feels warm.
Hey!
And then he sunders it.
As a matter of fact, now that you think about it, there's an interesting smell in the air.
Fire!
As a matter of fact, Ur'Gak, it does smell like fire. That smells like burning wood. It hasn't quite reached inward yet.
The roof is on fire.
We don't have the cleric, so we don't have water.
Oh god,
Oh,
no, you
God.
can't summon water.
And there's a lot of alcohol in here, I bet. So
There is indeed a lot of alcohol.
This old
But
bar was built on
with
top of the
20
oil
grab
refinery.
what you can and run.
But with this revelation, Ur'Gak, You also notice another smell in the air. You smelled it before because your people have used it. That is pitch. Yeah, pitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which, by the way, for those of you that don't know, is incredibly flammable.
yes.
It's coming from the other side of the door, and it's here from your guess, it's gonna spread fast.
All right.
Well, I don't notice it. Why are they after you?
Yeah, he's like, apparently Simon doesn't notice anything. He says, it's hard to explain, but he like looks around. He says, look, I can't. He's like, how do I explain this? No, it's better to show you. He basically looks around at each of these guys and begins checking them. He crawls over. He basically checks this guy first. Says, "Nah, still alive." He pulls out a knife with his free hand and quickly stabs him in the chest and gives it a twist. Rips it back out and puts it away. Ow! Why would you? No! Ah! That hurts!
My loot.
You can have it when I'm done. I don't want his stuff.
I'm sorry. They're the loot. They're the loot happy.
What the hell's wrong with you? He reaches into his cloak and pulls out his holy symbol. The one that was originally taken from him. And given back.
Can I reach into my bag and pull out 2 more?
You can. He looks up and says, No, those won't work.
Look disappointed.
Yes. Yeah, he basically sits over it and mutters something, and begins to mutter something in a foreign language. What languages do you guys have?
I don't have many. Where is it?
I've got Common, Dwarven, Orc, and Necrol.
I've got Common, Elven, Dwarven, and Orcish.
I have Aquarian, Common, and Druid.
Oh, in that case, actually, Necrol will do it. Necrol will do it. He begins to say something. It's not really Necrol, but with Necrol in your essentially kit, you can kind of piece together what he's saying, and it seems to be a prayer. And the gist comes down to God of death, ender of all things, and revealer of truths. Dispel this heresy. Fire! Yeah. Dispel this heresy and lay bare the soul. And as he says this, the face on this dead individual begins to wither and crackle and fades into ash, revealing another one under it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess, is it the face of a rat or the face of a snake?
It is the face... It's not really a full snake, but it's a man... Okay, think kind of like Voldemort. That nose is kind of missing. There are slits there instead. The eyes are elongated and reptilian.
Alright.
And there are patches of scales that
found the
stretch
snakes!
downwards.
Now we need to find the rats.
I think you've already met the rat.
Oh, shit. Okay. Ezekiel's a rat person. Motherfucking snakes in this motherfucking bar.
Yes, the and as you guys are watching, the rest of the body actually begins to physically change. It goes from... It actually gets a bit shorter. The muscle mass becomes less dense. And everything down to the very bone structure changes. It looks mostly humanoid. The face has that lack of really a pronounced nose. And the black hair, his hair goes from a dusty brown to a black and actually elongates. He says, what is it? Simon kind of just falls back on his haunches after the prayer and says, "That's what he really looks like."
I'm just gonna let out one of those long whistles. Like, whoo!
That's what he looked like. Oh God, that's so creepy. But that's essentially what happens. The old face burns away and reveals the one underneath. It says, "That's what he really looks like underneath."
Can I like look at him and then look at Simon and then go, "Are you one too?"
Says he spits and says, "No. No, not at all." Right, yeah, I honestly think it's about time that we hear fire, fire, well in time. Of fire, fire, things are burning.
Hey, I didn't do that one.
Yeah, sorry. But at this point, everybody like looks up. There is indeed, now that he mentions it, the smell of pitch slowly building in the air, and there is smoke that is beginning to creep in under the door.
Yeah. Are there any other entrances or exits?
The ground floor, actually the only window would be over here, and it is currently boarded up. Remember that Employee of the Month poster?
So good.
Yeah, it's boarded up.
Daisy, what?
Daisy, you bitch, you killed us!
What's this thing?
Having been here before, you know that there are windows on the second floor in some of the rooms, and there may be a window in the back. You're not sure.
Do we know what's in the basement?
There doesn't seem to be an access to the cellar here. You don't know if there is a basement.
Is there a second floor?
There is a second floor. These stairs down here lead upwards.
Does anyone else see it? Oh, okay, so it like goes this way and then this way. Right?
Yeah, it goes to the left and then upwards.
Okay. See,
I'm not so great with I'm not so great with this just yet. I'm still learning this stuff.
Yeah. I thought like one was to the basement and then one was upstairs.
No, that's me not being able to properly figure that out just yet.
Okay.
I want to ask Simon, so did they mention burning the house down?
He kind of looks up. He's still a bit dazed with the fire, and he's like, burning. They're burning the building down. They're burning the building down. Those sons of bitches.
Do you know the quickest way out?
Says,
That's not the
back
front
door. Back
door?
door will be guarded. No, we need to go through the top. We need to go upstairs.
Can you jump?
He kind of looks down at his leg. He says, "Not like this."
Not like this.
Not like this.
And then he suddenly goes limp. Oh shit! They got him.
They got him. Not like this. They unplugged him from the Matrix.
They unplugged him.
No.
Alright. What loot did I grab in the meantime, by the way?
In the meantime, you have found yourself
I'm going upstairs.
about...
If Simon needs someone to help him like walk, I'm there for it.
Yeah, I'll assist.
Yeah, you guys assist. Quilla stays behind to loot. Kyriel, what are you doing?
No. Hold on. I was looting while they were talking. I'm not gonna sit here and die and loot.
Alright, let's see. You can take their cloaks. Each of them is a +1 cloak of resistance, much like Simon's. They are distinctly inquisitorial.
Yeah.
I look up with Bear and be like, why don't we put him on the back of my bear? It'll be a lot easier to carry him.
I'm gonna look to Simon. Ever ridden a bear before?
No?
Well, you're gonna learn, and I want to just flop him on the bear.
You flop him on the bear with no regard for his broken wrist or his sliced up leg.
Yep.
He lets out several shouts of pain, but is still on the bear.
No.
Do they have any gold?
They do indeed have gold. So you can get each of their cloaks. You can also take. Each of them has about 500 gold on them.
Ooh, shit.
Each of them, holy shit.
Yes. And looking through the weapons, you see some masterworks. The what do you call it? The captain, or the little leader here, happens to have in his possession a dagger that is ornately decorated. It's not much in terms of an actual weapon, but it is worth about 2,000 gold.
Hey!
Between the gemstone set into its hilt and the very fine silver and gold reliefs, or inlays into the hilt.
Alright.
Um,
I'll keep the dagger for me.
Alrighty. Excellent. Yes, unfortunately you do not have time to actually inspect or steal their armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't need it anyways.
No.
Yeah, in case you were hoping to sell it.
No, we're in a hurry.
Yes, Simon directs you to go upstairs.
No, see, you drink the fire resist potion, and then you stay in fucking loot.
You know, as you do.
All right. I got 5 fire resist. That's a good head start. Let's go.
To give
Does
you
he have a
guys,
safe behind the bar?
just to give you guys an idea, I'm not going to make any kind of like combat or layout here. This place is beginning to go up fast.
Yeah, upstairs, let's go!
You guys go rushing up the stairs here, and this is pretty much the second floor. Your rooms are, let's see, here and here.
Okay.
You have several windows, which I'm not sure if you guys can actually see them. Can you actually see the windows there?
Barely. The numbers are
I
kind of in the
can't,
way.
yeah, the numbers are in the way.
Sorry. But yes, there
That's
are
fine.
windows there. The other rooms are either closed or empty. Let's see. That would mean that there are 2 dead guys up here.
Damn, son.
Ooh.
And as you go running, in this general direction, a third one there.
So whose room is that?
That would be Simon's room. Simon goes through low-level guys pretty easily. At least when they don't have whenever they don't have the absolute drop on him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. When he actually fights, he fights well. These guys are clearly just goons. Nothing more. They're not as well armored or equipped as the other fellows. They don't have very much in terms of loot. They don't have fancy. They don't have fancy cloaks.
Are they still Inquisitors, though?
They are not,
Cloaks and
or at
all
they don't have the cloaks of an Inquisitor.
Okay.
Yeah, they sent the disposables first.
That's fair.
Does my room... Do I remember my room having a window?
The one second top from the left, on the left, second from the top, is your room, and indeed it does have a window. Looking out, you can now see that the basically entire left side of this building here is now beginning to go up in flames. And you see a young man walking along, whistling, as he kind of twirls an empty bucket. He is heading off down the alleyway and disappearing.
I want to jump after him!
You can jump down and see if you can land on him.
So wait, This is looking out the window, right?
Yeah, looking out the window, like you've just literally gotten here. You can see that there are flames beginning to rise, but you haven't actually like looked anywhere. You're just immediate peering down the thing. First thing you notice, fire and one guy, one asshole, just beneath your window, walking along, twirling a bucket.
Whistling.
Yeah, whistling happily.
Rather merrily.
Okay, I would like, if I could, to drink the mutagen and leap out after him.
Oh Jesus.
I'll be right behind him.
Because I have not used that today.
Actually, I'll be last. I'll make sure everybody else gets through.
I'm gonna hop
okay.
onto
I need to make
Bear.
a perception to see if he notices you.
Also, how is the bear going to fit through the window?
Holy shit. I rolled a 1.
Yes!
He
How
doesn't
does it
see you
feel,
coming.
Dustin?
You may make an
How does
attack
it
roll if you
feel?
wish.
Say what?
You may make an attack roll if you wish.
Okay. So, I'm basically jumping out landing on this guy, right?
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
also a werewolf in the middle of town now.
I'm well aware.
Okay.
We're in an alleyway right now.
Yeah, you're
This is
jumping
the
into an
part.
alleyway.
Oh, okay.
I guess basically I'll just go for a big bite then on. Does that work? Dustin?
You know what? I just realized something, and let's just make this a little more reasonable in terms of space. This would actually be the front walk. You'd be jumping from this window. That would make more sense. Sorry, didn't think of
Okay.
it. Just clearing it up. You may make a
Cool.
bite.
Okay, just take the bite from this.
Considering he is
Flat-footed?
flat-footed
And not paying attention.
and not paying attention, yeah, you land down and jump and basically sink your teeth into him. He lets out a shout. And goes stumbling forward as you land this nasty bite on him, and comes whipping around and sees you, and his eyes just go wide.
Do I recognize him?
No, he appears to just be a human individual. Brown hair, maybe no more than 22.
So, I made a split-second decision. I may have just, attacked a civilian, but does the bucket look like it had pitch in it?
It is
Now that I'm
black
actually-
and
Okay, I don't feel bad at all then.
yeah,
Fuck
this guy was definitely playing with pitch.
Okay.
But yeah, he sees you. His eyes get wide. Monster! And he turns around and starts to run away.
I want to try and... I need to stop this guy.
Fucking
He-
pounce him.
He's not technically armed, is he?
He is not.
Could I
Okay.
cast lumber on him while he's running?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, let's all get out of the flaming building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and start making some acrobatics rolls here? If you guys want to go jumping out of this building.
I'll go last. Try to pick up anybody.
Curiel, you're going to need to make me a handle animal.
Oh god.
Fucking jump, bear.
Just fucking do it.
Get your fucking ass out.
Oh, what do I do for handle animal?
There is
care what
a
it smells
handle
like. Get
animal
in.
skill. Do you have skill? Do you have points in it?
5.
Excellent. I believe you get a bonus for your. I believe you get a bonus just because you're a druid. I think you get a +4. So go ahead and make me a handle animal check.
No, just
And that's a d20, right?
It's a d20 plus handle animal skill.
That's +9. Sweet. Okay, I will take that.
Bear don't want to move. Bear sits up there, and he's, the building is getting hotter and hotter, and Bear is sitting at this window like,
Can I intimidate the bear?
sure?
Oh shit.
Bear, move now!
If it gets him out, get him out.
Oh my god. Making acrobatics with Bear. Ur'Gak, I could just imagine,
God.
Bear is deciding between 15-foot drop and angry Ur'Gak, and apparently chooses the drop.
Don't break your bear legs.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Hey, all right, you actually mitigate the damage from the drop.
Yay!
And
now
you
for
land on your
myself.
feet. He actually gets down there. Now Simon has to make a ride check.
Oh shit! I forgot he was on top.
Simon manages to stay on the bear.
Yay!
Alright.
It was close, but Simon stayed on the bear.
Alright,
Great.
who's next?
If you guys want to make the acrobatics, feel free to try and nullify the damage from falling.
I have feather fall, so I'm good.
Yeah, you just step out all classy like.
That
am.
one was for Bear, this one is for me. God damn it.
Bear lands gracefully. Whomp! There's Kyriel. You take a d6.
God damn it.
Let's see. It's only a d6. This ain't bad. You take 2 damage. Ur'Gak, you too land gracefully with a warrior stance of ballerina.
And I do like the Marilyn Monroe on top of the like hold my dress as I go down.
You land daintily.
Yeah,
Like the tippy toe first.
yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Simon is groaning in pain because you guys keep jostling him. He says, "We should really get out of here before any more come." What did you want to do there, Rudy?
So this guy was trying to get away from me,
He
right?
is indeed.
I want to trip his ass.
You may attempt to trip him.
Are you?
Oh my god.
You nip at his heels, but do not take him to the ground. He scrabbles away as fast as he can and begins booking it down the alleyway.
Do I see what's going on? Can I make a charge?
He's not looking back.
How far away?
You
is he?
land about the same time as this starts happening.
Always at the worst time.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
if he's
every
charging, can I cast slumber before he's out of range?
Oh yes, you may. You actually have the
yeah.
option because you're, feather falling gently, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
you actually went out the
So-
window second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes,
So I'm gonna-
slumber. Let me see if he can. Nope. He gets about halfway down the alley and just onto his
Yeah,
face
2 for 2.
with a snore. You're on a roll today. This never happens.
It doesn't.
Only when I get 3 nat 1s in a row.
Oh my god.
So.
I've stolen your luck, sir. I'm sorry.
He rolled a 3, guys. He rolled a 3.
my
He
God.
ain't doing so hot with that will check.
No, he's eating shit right now.
He just fucking saw a werewolf.
He did. He probably shit his pants. So let's see. Yeah, he is now snoring loudly. You guys see that the building is now quickly catching. The fire is spreading quickly all around the building. It appears this guy was working to pitch the whole place.
Oh, what a
Oh,
dick.
jeez.
Alright, well.
You hear a voice come from the street side. Says, "Mikey, we gotta get out of here. They're coming with the watch."
This is coming.
no.
Is this coming from the direction that the guy was running?
This is coming from the street, so to your left. No one has poked their head around, but you heard the voice coming from the main street.
So we all
Permission-
heard that.
Yeah,
Yes.
permission to sprint.
Permission granted. Make it so, number 2.
Fucking
Where
God.
are you sprinting?
Number 1. Whatever.
Where the voices were.
How did I mess that
okay.
up? What is wrong with me?
You're not a nerd. Get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, you go sprinting that direction. What are you actually doing here? Because, like I said, what are you guys doing now? You've got the voice here. The building is quickly catching.
Well,
it's
I
becoming an
hear-
inferno.
I heard him say the watch is coming, and
Right.
remember that one guy owes us one, so I'm gonna just stick around with the
So,
slipping.
question: would I by chance find any tarps or blankets in this alleyway?
No, this is not a bum alleyway, unfortunately.
Oh,
There are a couple of barrels here.
Oh,
Basically, they're just waste and water barrels
Fuck.
for runoff. Aside from that, there's very little in the alley.
stand behind Bear.
You're our
Ur'Gak,
pebble.
what are
That's
you
fine.
doing once you reach the end of this alley, by the way?
I'm gonna look around to see if I see anybody else holding a bucket.
You poke your head around and you see one guy emptying the last of his bucket on the front of the building and drop it, and he looks like he's about to get ready to take off.
Should I pursue?
Yes.
All right, I'm running. I'm sprinting.
Excellent. Yeah, you go running. You go running after this guy. Let me see if he notices you coming. Yeah, he
Not
sees you
exactly
coming.
Stealthy event.
Yeah, he basically empties that bucket, looks at the building going up, turns to his let's see, yeah, left there. Sees you coming and he's like, "Oh shit!" And he turns to book it. You're already sprinting at him with a charge. What are you doing? Are you trying to hurt him or?
Yeah, I'm gonna break his legs.
Oh god! Oh god! Going for the legs. Roll me an attack roll.
+2 with the charge.
Here's the thing. This guy ain't high level.
Yes.
Well,
There's 2 of them.
okay, yeah, you aim
How
to
bad is it?
smash his legs, and you more of obliterate them. You crack both his legs wide open, bones go out, he immediately passes out from shock of this strike, and is promptly bleeding to death.
All right. There's another one, isn't there?
No, that would be the end of it. At least, you don't see anyone else in the street right now.
Okay.
Are there any houses I could hide in?
You could certainly continue down the alleyway and disappear.
I will do my best to not be discovered.
Okay, yeah, you go basically skulking into the alleys. You hear footsteps, basically from the next alley over, as several other people a couple other people make their retreat,
I'm gonna grab the
disappearing into the night.
I'm gonna grab the other half guy's collar and just drag him with me.
Half guy. Oh my god. Oh, you're
This,
dragging him along.
Bloody trail behind.
Yeah, you are actually dragging a bloody trail.
Yeah. We caught the perpetrator.
Now, how much of his legs are gone? Like up to the knee or up
Like
to his
there,
waist? Where
his
guts are
basically
hanging
when
out?
Ur'Gak went for the legs, he shattered the tibias, and this guy has noodle legs, and it's awful. It's as awful as it sounds. He is bleeding to death.
So he
Lucky
has
he has a pelvis.
he has ragdoll legs.
This guy will never walk again.
No magic exists.
None that he can afford. All right. What are you guys doing from here then?
I want to hide.
You're hiding. Yeah, you basically slink off into the alleyways. Simon
Like,
speaks
what?
up, says, "We need to get out of here now."
I shoo him off and like, nah, I got this.
Then Simon starts to get off of Bear.
I stop him by grabbing his injured leg, and I'm just like, "Don't you move!"
Simon lets out a scream.
Yay!
He's like,
why
"Damn
is he
it!
in a hurry to get out?
Don't you get it? Didn't you see? They look like other people. We don't know who's coming."
He said the watch is coming.
They
Yeah.
could be in the watch.
Just like those Inquisitors came.
Why are they after you?
We don't have time for this now. We need to go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's start running.
He's starting
I'll
to
drop the
struggle there,
body.
Curiel. He's not
I
able
let
to
go
do
of
it
his leg.
efficiently, but he is trying to get away from you.
I let go of his leg and start walking and have Bear follow.
Yeah.
I'll drop the body.
Is there any way, like, can I write a note?
You
on
could
the
leave a
guys?
note if you wanted. What note would you like to leave?
Like, can I, like, a quick note about, like, these are the guys that started the fire? And then stick it on the sleeping guy and then the half guy?
Say it again. A quick note of what?
Like, these are the fire starters.
Just write got him.
Got him.
Got him, coach.
Got him, coach. Yes, you stay behind to write a quick note here.
And then can I, like, give my name on it? Since what's-his-face is gonna know what that means.
Sure. You can
Captain of the
write.
guard, man.
You can write Quilla on it.
Alright.
As you're sitting here, writing this up, roll me a perception.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got it. It's
Oh,
fine.
decent. Very good. You're writing this up, and you hear voices. First of all, you hear the stomping of boots that are coming. And you hear voices. One of them you hear and recognize. It is indeed Ezekiel's voice.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh my god.
It says,
Are you sure you want to go?
he says, that's right, Captain. Absolute madman. Went ballistic. Bunch of Inquisitors went in to claim him. He's apparently a traitor. He goes nuts. Starts killing people. And you also hear a shout. He says, look, he set the building on fire. And, yes, you hear there are at least 8 soldiers. With the captain of the watch, you can hear them. Quilla, what are you doing?
Well, I feel a deep inner rage.
Fair enough.
Does everybody else recognize him too? Or
You're
no,
actually
they didn't hear him, did they?
you're the only one who stayed behind to leave the note.
Oh, I'm the only one that's shit. Alright.
Yeah, I already legged it away to hide. Right?
Yeah, he's in monster form, doesn't want to be seen.
Is he close? Are you close by, Rudy? Or are you, like, gone?
I mean, I honestly would have like the second the guy went down and I heard like the guard are coming, I would have just well fuck, and then I just kind of like would run away.
You've seen what happens to monsters in towns. In fact, you've helped what happens to monsters in towns.
Yes.
So, probably for the best.
Fuck that guy. I'm staying.
God. Okay.
It's happening.
I don't think I would have abandoned her, but I didn't say I'd stayed, so.
That's fine. I got this. Don't worry.
Yeah. The guard comes stomping up into view. And indeed, you do see Ezekiel, and he looks down the alley and says, "Look, one of them now." He's like, the guard turns towards you and says, "You there, halt." I assume you're just standing there.
Yeah.
Like,
smirking.
I'm just standing.
No, I have the biggest fucking smirk on my face right now.
And suddenly, as you're standing here, it seems that Ezekiel was acting quickly, because just after he points you out, you suddenly see his eyes, like, narrow in recognition.
Yeah, I bet he does.
And the guard, two soldiers come walking up, and the captain's behind him and says, "You there? What did you... Oh. Miss Quilla." And he looks around and he says, "What are you doing here?"
I'm gonna kick the half guy on the ground and go, "Caught your fire starters."
He looks up at the building. He says, "I see." And he kind of glares at you for a second. He says, "I thought I said not to cause any trouble in my town."
I'm gonna say I didn't, and then I'm gonna look at Ezekiel, and I'm gonna cast suggestion on him. And
What?
he makes a will save of 17.
Please not one. Please not one. Please not one. Please not one.
No, you know you
Give
want
me-
him to roll a 1. That's
Okay, yeah. For a second there, you reach out with your spell, and Ezekiel's eyes, he's kind of like, he's narrowed at you, and suddenly he raises an eyebrow, and he suddenly reels back in surprise. Just a little bit, ever so slightly. His shoulders kind of straighten a little.
yeah.
And you're almost certain that your spell took hold on him for a second.
Fuck.
And roll me a spellcraft.
Spellcraft. Hey.
You just saw one of his he basically he has a necklace on. You just saw it go inert.
Really?
He basically he kind of blinks a few times at you and then glares. Says, "Well, Captain, it seems you have at least a suspect to question."
I'm gonna say, yeah, you.
He like reels back. He says, "Me? What do you mean, me?"
I'm gonna point down at the not bleeding out guy and go, we didn't kill both.
Says, "What? How would I have killed him? I've been with the captain."
I didn't say you killed him, but you definitely paid them.
The captain's sister says, "Whoa, now, Miss Quilla, you're making some very dangerous accusations here. You're claiming that a well-regarded merchant within the city has paid for arson and therefore attempted murder of any and all individuals who may have been inside this building at the time."
He's tried to kill me more than once.
That is correct. Yes.
Says, that is correct. Yes,
That is correct. Yes.
No, Ezekiel like puffs up indignantly and he says, "Why, I've never been so insulted. How dare you, you ruffian, you scoundrel!" And the captain kind of looks around and says, he looks gravely at you with an eyebrow raised and says, "Do you have any proof of this?"
I don't want to tell like the whole fucking story. Can I like kick the guy that's sleeping and go ask him?
You can kick him, sure. You kick him, the guy wakes up, and he looks around sleepily. "Whoa! Monster! Where's the monster?" He looks up and he says, "Oh shit." Seeing the guard, two men basically walk up, and both of them have a hand on their swords, and both put a hand on him on either side, and keep him on the ground. He says, "Well then," and the captain says, "I believe you might have some information for me. Who put you up to this?" And the guy says, "Some guy down by the docks. Paid us to come and burn this place."
Can I keep his attention away from Ezekiel so he wouldn't recognize him or something like that? And
he's looking around pretty wildly
Pansy
at the
out.
moment.
Okay.
He's looking
Can I,
around pretty
stay-
wildly at everybody.
Okay. Can I stand obscure his vision, stand in front of him?
He says, "Sure, you could step in front of him."
Okay.
Yeah, the guy kind of looks around nervously. He says, he's like, look, I'll squeal.
Hello?
Just don't put me in the gallows." He says, "Well then, I like it when," the captain says, "I like it when we find when we find a helpful informant. Now, who put you up to this? He says, some guy named Dram. Works down at the docks. Just asked us. He basically offered a sack of gold to come and burn this place down. That's all I know.
I remember the name Dram, but I don't remember why. Is that his brother?
You remember Durant, I think.
Oh, okay.
Dram is a different fellow.
Okay.
I think that's what you're thinking of, the old bodyguard.
Okay.
Yeah, Durant is dead.
Durant is dead. You never heard Dram before.
Well,
you have heard Ezra.
Yeah, was that his brother?
Ezra is Ezekiel's brother.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. The guy is looking pretty nervous right about now. He says, I see. And the captain steps to one side and says, and have you ever seen that man before? And he points over to Ezekiel, who's sitting there looking like both dumbfounded and wounded. And the guy says, no, who's he?
Nah, shit.
Ezekiel sits there and steps up now. He says, well, there you go, officer. False claims, slander. And he's trying to turn the law on abiding citizens. He said, I demand that you...
Arsonist. Hold on. Arsonist. What's the word? I don't want to say it, like, apprehender.
Attempted murderer, thief.
Well, I think he's talking about the good things he's done.
Oh, okay.
Like arsonist, apprehender, monster slayer,
vigilante,
Mom killer.
knee breaker, and thug. And he says, I demand you arrest this woman at once. Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Wow.
The captain kind of looks at it and says, now hold your horses, Mr. Kaiden.
Oh.
Oh, the last.
Says, we've all just had a very dangerous experience. We've all just had a very rough night. Things are running high. I'll be performing a proper investigation. I've heard of this Dram character. Says, look. And he turns to you. He says, look, do you have any actual evidence? Or are you just making claims against citizens within the Dominion?
I'm gonna say I don't have evidence on me, but but that's why I'm here.
The captain just kind of look. You did me some good work just today. But I can't have vigilantes running around my streets breaking legs. We have a law here. We serve the courts, not whatever personal egotistical sense of justice may come to us at a time. I'll overlook this, but you get out of here now. He says, it seems you didn't hurt anyone of note or importance. He's like, he's like looking at the two beaten fucking two beaten thugs. He goes, he says, get out of here before you cause me any more trouble. I don't want to see your face again. Am I understood?
I'm gonna nod and then look at Ezekiel and go, be seeing you.
Ezekiel's sputtering. He's fuming. You can see his face turning red. Says, you're just going to let her walk away? He says, Mr. Kaiden, I didn't see anyone here tonight, aside from these two thugs, and a fine man who happened to tell me that there were problems in my town and alert the city watch. Now, do you have any evidence of these claims of someone actually attacking you, or evidence of these slanderous claims? Have they affected your business in any way? And he's just sputtering and spitting.
Well, of course I do. I have loads of documentation, and it goes back years, I tell you. And I tell you, this is not going to go over well. I'm going to talk to your higher-ups. And
he just kind of sits there and fumes for a second and says, very well, Captain. I appreciate your law-abiding nature and look forward to you providing proper protection for your citizenry from now on. I'm sure this arrest will do quite well. Yeah, Dram is a dead man. Will do quite well for your list of merits. I do hope it's enough to attain you that promotion you've been hoping for. We'll just have to see, won't we? As you go walking away, Ezekiel turns, gives you one last dirty look, and a very meaningful one. And says,
my
yes,
dad's on the city council.
Quilla. He says, yes, Quilla, I'll be seeing you. And storms off down the street.
I'm just gonna give a friendly reminder to the captain. I'm just gonna go. I'll just say, like, careful of him.
Says, look, I'm only letting you go because of what you did today. You stopped a child murderer. I can't do this again. Don't go causing any more trouble. Get out of here. I'm not going to arrest you just because some uptight rich boy got upset that you happened to call him in cahoots of some dirty business. If you actually have proof, come back to me. Till then, I don't want to see your face. Don't get arrested again.
I'll nod and then walk away to attempt to find everybody fucking else.
Yeah. Everybody that's disappeared. Alrighty. Well then.
Yay!
Yay!
Well.
You did not get arrested, at least. I was really worried about that.
That's fine.
I'll be honest. There was a sincere part of me that's like, this motherfucker's gonna get his own ass arrested, and it's gonna be bad.
Every game I've played in, there's always been a fucking prison break that we've had to do. I was about to say, if we have to do it again.
If we have to do another fucking prison break.
Now,
God.
see, my plan there was, if that spell went off, I was gonna say tell the truth. And then he'd get fucked.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah, I thought of that. And so did Ezekiel. This isn't my first time running into suggestion.
Yeah.
Here, drink this viscous liquid. You'll be fine. I promise.
It's
Don't worry.
So, yeah, that's essentially what it is. Don't worry about it. Have you ever seen a bard in action? Bards are assholes. Okay. Yeah, I plan for that kind of thing. And so does he. Very well. You do manage to find them. They are currently huddled in an alleyway not far away, apparently attempting to patch Simon up. Simon sits there and says, "Holy shit, you came back."
Told you I had friends.
Ugh. You're lucky they were actually your friends then. That could have been... well, it could have been bad. Yeah, Simon's looking a little bit better. Do you guys want to, like, ask him anything in particular? Because now's actually a good chance to.
Why the snakes? The fuck is going on?
And why are they after you?
Actually, yeah, sitting down here, Simon's kind of, now that you guys have actually had a few minutes to sit down, he's kind of nursing that hand. He begins to make a quick cast of a spell here. He'll need to
also
make a concentration.
I'll apologize about his hand.
Yeah.
He said he's casting a spell.
Yeah.
Can
Hey.
I see what it is?
Quick spellcraft.
Bam. Oh, shit.
Oh.
It's sure sparkly.
I'm assuming between the three of you, you can figure out a quick spell here. It's just to cure light wounds.
There you go.
He does a couple of gestures. His hand begins to glow. He grabs two of his fingers and goes crunch.
Oh,
He lets out a grunt and then starts to move them again. Oh, that's better. That's all right.
Ur'Gak.
That's all
Ur'Gak,
right.
sorry.
I mean, you saved my life. I guess I can't complain, can I?
Well,
Yeah.
technically, we saved your life twice now.
Every attempt we try to save his life, it gets worse. So
It really does.
happen again.
You're just, every time you do it, things just slowly degrade. You're not actually saving his life, you're just killing him slowly.
He'll live longer because of us, okay?
Yeah, much to his great fortune, right?
He'll experience slightly more pain before he
Twice within a week. He says, look, you remember when I told you before about a conspiracy?
Yeah.
It's hard to explain, but I think those creatures are behind it. I tend to avoid telling people.
Wait. So, before you came here, you knew?
Look, he kind of looks around and says, yeah, I did actually.
See, this is why I don't trust you guys. Always keeping your fucking secrets.
Secrets? What am I gonna tell people? Scaly lizards have infiltrated the government and are slowly directing both of us into a great war that will weaken mankind for some great and unknown purpose, probably to destroy us. How sane does that sound?
About as sane as me saying I heard it from a sterklet once.
Alright, fair enough. he kind of like nods it over. He's like, alright, okay. That's actually kind of fair. He says, look, I was from, he says, I first ran into them about 5 years ago. I'm from a small town called Yorm. Over in the Empire. It's nothing more than just a small village. But one day, I was visiting home, and the town was attacked. We fought as valiantly as we could, but it was only a town of about 15 people. Really no more than a hamlet. The bandits, or whatever they were that came in, slaughtered everyone inside except for me. I was knocked unconscious, trying to defend the homes, and a friend of mine dragged me out. He let me know they killed everyone. And, sure, I can move you to the map there.
Can I pause him and say, you get knocked out in fights a lot, don't you?
Oh,
It
shit.
says, I get in a lot of unfair fights. He says, when I went back the next day to see if I could find my mother and bury the dead, the entire town was still there. It was like nothing happened. But I saw the monsters that came in. Creatures, it was like men with the faces of snakes. Or worse. Snakes with human bodies. Great beasts that tore people apart with their bare claws. They killed everyone there, but the very next day it was like nothing happened at all. My own mother said hi to me. Greeted me. Like she was still alive. I saw her get run through.
How long ago was
That's
this?
terrible. It says 5 years ago.
And how long have you been an Inquisitor?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I started trading when I was just a boy, following the same footsteps as my grandfather. He sent me to Balatar. My mother sent me to Balatar when I was young. And I trained there until I was, well, let's see, 19? been 5 years. He does a quick count, so about 8 years.
Can I? I'm gonna ask if he knows someone named Ezekiel.
He says, "Well, I didn't. Not until you mentioned him. I've been looking into him, though."
Well, he's the man that sent those those assassins after you
Ezekiel.
and tried to burn us all alive.
Ezekiel. I've never come
I'm
across
gonna
him
turn.
before. Not in all my looking for this. Closest I've ever come to a real leader in all this is Roust.
I'm
But
gonna turn to
Ezekiel.
Ur'Gak and Kiriel and say that I saw him.
Saw Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Did you kill him?
Did you kill him? Did you do it?
He was with the City Watch.
Well, you know what?
What
Didn't
did
try
you
hard.
do?
I tried to get him. I tried to cast a spell to get him to tell the truth, but he had something on him to deflect it. But the City Watch won't bother us.
Okay.
Simon's just kind of watching you guys give this quick back and forth. Says, "You really are lucky. That could have, if you had had the wrong creature there, if he'd had friends in the wrong place in the wrong place at the right time, who knows? He probably would have arrested you, taken you in as the arsonist, and had you executed."
Good thing we had those two bodies.
Doesn't matter much whenever they're replacing people. He says, "You saw it. The Inquisitors there? They really were Inquisitors once. As far as I can tell, these things work their way in, study people, kill them, take their place. It's like tales straight out of Changelings and creatures like that. You know, doppelgangers. Only different. It looks like every time I've explored them, it's like this disguise. It's so complete. They almost become this person. It's very hard to actually remove it."
The disguise.
He nods.
Well, is there any, like, can I ask him why he's here? Like, what he found out? He said he was out late last night, right? Doing what?
He nods. Says, "Honestly, tracking down one of them. I looked into that Ezekiel you were talking about. Trader. He's big over in the Empire. Successful fellow. Runs a lot of archaeology digs. Finds a lot of artifacts and gold. Also has pretty good business. Knows how to create magical items. Has deals with the Twin Steps. Heck, buys from them, sells to them. He's all over the place."
He's also a noteworthy slaver.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Never heard of him dealing in the flesh trade, but he certainly...
I'm gonna lean in and go, "He's a noteworthy slaver," and then look back at
The rest
Ur'Gak
of
and
us?
Kiriel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's like, "Oh, so that's why you hate him so much." Well then,
And then I'm gonna lift up like the corner of my shirt to show him the nice, almost deadly stab wound,
right?
and go, and other reason.
Fair enough. He nods, says, "Well, from what I can tell, Roust is doing something or other with Ezekiel. I'm not sure what. Apparently the two have some kind of deal going on. Seem to know each other. It's weird that I've never run into him before. He must do a really good job of covering his tracks. Something big must be happening if he's stepping out, making himself known. But it also explains why you guys aren't arrested already." Whoa. Everybody still there?
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I got
Someone's mic keeps doing that.
I got some crackly sounds. I was worried there for a second.
Yeah.
Crackle, crack.
He says, I mean, you guys pissed him off. Normally, with his amount of money, he'd just pay to have you killed, or hell, worse.
He's tried.
I don't think he has. I think he wrote you off.
Oh, he has.
He kind of like looks it over. He says, he must have underestimated you. Either that or his funds are as low as I think they are.
No, I think the underestimating is probably.
That certainly
Yeah.
helps. He should have been able to hire some professional bounty hunters. Someone that should have cut you to pieces. I think his money's tied up in something. I think he's planning something with Roust.
Oh, we know what he's playing.
You do?
Yeah, totally.
Well,
I look at Quilla and I'm just like, what the fuck
We
are
do?
you planning?
The circlet.
what
They're
is
doing
this
something with
circlet?
the circlet.
What is this circlet you keep talking about?
That's a story for another time. We need to get off the street.
Yeah, you guys can find a nice quiet place. This alley is pretty secluded at the moment. You can
Is there
Find
a
yourself-
non-flaming inn around that we can stay in?
you could probably find one.
Nice.
Yeah. You guys can go to the Boulder Pub.
Cool.
And
Is
Is it
is
Rosie?
there a way?
say what?
Is
is
the,
there-
the bar? Sorry, go ahead.
Is there a way to like leave a trail for Rudy to follow or something?
I'm assuming Rudy has joined you again.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I assumed I'd be gone until, about an hour in, once it wore off.
I figure you guys. I'm
Rudy.
gonna say you guys quickly just met up and found each other because, for simplicity's sake,
Yeah.
in this case, it's like basically you went running off and these two followed you, and Quilla just brought up the rear.
Or I could spend an
Quilla.
hour in Rudy's
So
name.
everybody's perfectly well together there. I'm not gonna bother with that.
Yeah.
But yes, you guys can go to the Boulder Inn with its bouncer Daffodil, and
Damn it.
no, there is actually one we can call it the Flailing Dragon.
Well, Daisy does need a new job, so it can still be Daisy.
It's
Um,
her second part-time job.
It's a part-time job. As solicitor, she stands outside with the signs.
Aww.
You buy drink here. Okay. But yes, you guys can get a room and hole up there, and continue a conversation in private.
All right then. So
Uh,
probably like relay the bare minimum information about the circlet.
what is bare minimum information?
We got it from the rot. They have it.
And what it does?
Like a little bit.
Well, to whoever wears it.
Yeah, like yeah. Not that it summons undead shit, but like that it gives you a vision when you touch it, and it makes you feel bad.
He kind of like he begins to think it over.
And it makes the wearer go crazy if they wear it too long.
Yeah,
This is vision of the rot. The rot.
and
That
someone
would
broke
explain the trail of undead I was
Hey.
following.
Hey,
it.
Kept getting
I didn't
created.
break it all.
Then, wait, why would they want it? Says, kind of thinks about it for a second, and says, so this circlet, it has the power to create undead. Well, if it's just passively creating them, then when properly focused and used, it should be able to create something horrifying.
You mean worse than a wraith?
You said they were intelligent?
Oh yeah.
Then yes. Much worse. He actually pales a little bit. He says, if it's able to create an intelligent undead just sitting about, focused energy, you could create a true monster. Hell, you could create an army. If you did it right, with enough time.
How much time?
Something like that. Depends on the artifact. I don't know. He says the circlet would have to be old. If it's from the rot, it probably originated there. This would have been all the way back to the barbarian tribes, the original gods of death. Oof. He kind of thinks it over and says, then we're talking, well, let's see. Depends on how fast he could actually crank them out. I don't know the actual power of the circlet that you're describing.
Slightly less
But
than it used to be.
Simon suddenly stops and goes, maybe not. Oh, shit. And he begins to fish into his pouches. He produces a small piece of paper. He says, this is what I was doing last night. And it's a small scroll, messenger scroll.
Alright.
Says, I caught one of the runners between Roust and Ezekiel. The two are playing it smart, having as little contact as they can while inside the city, not talking to each other directly, while Roust concludes his business with the king and the council. But they're planning something. They've got to be.
Did you say evidence?
Did you say evidence?
He shakes his head sadly and says, no.
Aw.
The runner will never own up to it. He'll never tell anyone who his actual bosses are.
Until we break his legs.
I kind of give Ur'Gak a kind of like, you want to intimidate somebody kind of look.
Yeah. Besides, runner's dead.
Oh.
I think that's how they found me.
Oh.
But if he's talking to, he kind of thinks about it and says, according to this, they're gearing up for something. Something in the south. Something, not to the south, something to the east. I didn't know what it meant by, what is it? Well, the best I can translate it, and he's kind of like looking at the scroll there. He says, "It's some sort of revitalizing ritual."
Does he not know how to read it?
He hands it. He kind of shows you. He says, "See, that's the problem. I only know part of the language." And he turns the scroll towards you, and it's written in something that you've never seen before. I can
Really?
tell you right away, none of you have ever seen it.
Oh.
It says, I keep finding pieces of it when I find, well, as far as I can tell, they call themselves coils. Small groups of them, cells, hidden away. Varying degrees of power, each with their own function.
Oh, I get it. Ha ha.
That sound right there. Oh. It says each of these coils, he says, look, they talk to each other now and then, but it's rare. They function on their own most of the time. But they have some sort of, I don't know, end goal. I've never been able to deduce it, but over time, every time I find them, I've been slowly taking notes, collecting what information I can from them. And this language they have, it's old. It's very old. I can't actually read all of it.
But do you know who could?
He kind of shakes his head sadly and says, no. But you've given us a target. You've given us something to hunt down. This Ezekiel, he apparently works with them. Maybe he's one of them. If that's the case, and he's trading scrolls like this, I'm guessing he wrote it. Which means he can probably read it.
Yeah, but he wouldn't willingly read it for us. Or to us.
We don't need him to read it to us. We just need to find more of these coils wherever we can. Dig them up, route them out, put the pieces together. Figure out what the hell they're doing.
First, we need that circlet.
He nods, says, yeah, but unfortunately, I don't know where Ezekiel's based in this city. He's a big merchant who can hide himself around. And I've got no way to track the circlet.
We do.
What?
And I
Show
think I might know somebody who might know more about it. We
him
just
the
need to
shiny.
Get to him.
He kind of is just like, he's sitting there, like, you show him the compass, and he's just kind of like looking at it, and he's looking at you, and he's like, who the fuck are you?
I've asked that.
We have friends.
I've asked that same question to myself many times.
He says,
Why?
well, look.
I'm Ur'Gak, attorney at law.
Attorney at law. Objection.
Business card.
He kind of stands up slowly and says, shit, this is the most solid lead I've had in years. We could do something with this. We can find them. Dig up more, find out what he's doing. He actually looks excited.
Oh.
Says, do you have any idea what this means to me?
Nope.
I can imagine.
It's like,
Been at this for years.
5 years. They killed my mother 5 years ago, and you've given me a way to find them.
Ooh.
He kind of looks around at all of you and says, well, the bad news is, he knows you're alive. He knows you're after him. He'll be ready for us. He hands you back the compass. He says, look, I can't just take it from you, but please, will you take me with you? I'll help.
I
Will
kind
you
of look
stay
at the
awake during a
others.
fight?
Wow, hurtful.
Ur'Gak want new friend.
He kind of he's like, he kind of glares at Quilla for a second. He says, look, I already killed. I killed 5 of them. I'd say I did pretty good.
Well, with all the ones we roll, you're gonna have to kill a lot more.
Yeah, right. He's like, look, I don't mean to stick around forever. I just want to go far enough that I can actually find out where Ezekiel plans to go next. I need to know what Roust is doing. If you can get me that far, get me something to work with, I can start digging. I can start putting together other pieces.
Huh.
He says, he
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
You'll have to understand if we're a bit apprehensive to accept help from people.
Well, most of us.
He says, well, I've told you what I know. I'm not sure how to convince you. You've seen me fight them. I revealed them to you. Tell me, there's got to be something. What can I do? Please. Don't
Oh,
leave me
personally,
out.
I'm all for you coming in, but I'm just one guy. I kind of look to the rest of the group.
I'm a bit on the fence about it because the last time we had somebody help us with something,
We killed his mom.
I mean, just a little bit.
indirectly, yes.
Fair point. His mom's already dead.
Oh, hey, we don't have to worry about that.
Oh, God.
But they could target somebody else that he cares about, which is what I don't want to happen.
Look, the only person they have left to target in my life is my grandfather. And that Kaji son of a bitch will make sure he dies first. He says, "You saw me with that sword. I learned it all from my grandfather. He's not as good as he used to be, but he's a faithful inquisitor and he knows what he's doing. Not like that traitorous scum that's in our church now."
Well, any chance to ruin some more Inquisitor's Day? Why not?
He looks at you, he's like, "Look, we're not all bad. The things that have happened in this last decade, it's like the church is changing. And I don't think it's actually the Inquisitors. I think they've been taking over. You saw it, sneaking in these creatures to take our places. That's why I think Roust is one of them."
Is there any way to tell?
To what?
To tell.
Oh,
Like, if...
he kind of thinks about it. He says, "I don't have any way to break the disguises aside from my talisman." And he holds it up. It's like it was actually my grandfather's. Old family heirloom. I prefer not to use it often. I tried once, and I tried once while they were actually alive, and, well, it didn't go well.
What happened?
Well, he kind of like he opens up like one part of the chain shirt that he's wearing, and there's just this big old scar that looks like something attempted to rip his stomach open.
Jesus.
He says one of them took a chunk out of me when he realized what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
I had to kill all of them and I barely got out. Apparently when they're alive, they can resist it. Corpses, though. Corpses don't resist the purging. But I don't...
Gee, I wonder why.
Snorts. Apart from that, the only thing I can really tell is that they seem to need it every 2 weeks. They do something, some sort of ritual. Helps them keep the disguise up. Beyond that, I haven't yet found a perfectly distinguishable way. There's got to be something, though, some sort of tell. Physical, magical, I just haven't found it yet.
Alright.
He says, but you guys, I don't know if you're lucky, smart, stupid, and just really lucky,
Oh, we're not lucky at all.
but
Certainly
whatever the
not.
case, I mean, you've gotten away from Ezekiel. He hasn't killed you yet. You managed to apparently make friends in just the right time. And you found these things and managed to survive. You saved my ass twice. If anybody's going to crack this, hell, I might as well believe it's you. I'm sure as hell no closer. Says, so, what do you say? Can you help me out? If you take me to Ezekiel, I might be able to find out more for you.
I say yes.
Yes, absolutely.
I have a couple more questions. Is with the stabbings and all, is he still associated with the Inquisitors? Like, does he still have a rank and status, whatever?
He says, well, I'm actually not sure. I don't think Roust is making it known to any of his peers or superiors that that he is, what's the word? Sorry guys, I'm just blanking on a word. He's not making it known to his actions known to his superiors.
Okay.
Or his peers. Not that Roust has too many superiors within the church. The man is high-ranking.
How high-ranking are you?
Me? Not really much more than your average priest. I'm a skilled fighter, but I'm not anything special. Might have some friends, though. And hell, if this takes you over to the Empire, you're going to need them. He kind of thinks about it. He says, but no one I have is able to stand up to the to Archbishop Roust. He's damn near the top. But,
Alright, we can work together for now. I say slightly begrudgingly.
it's like he
I mean,
kind of
we really don't have a choice.
he smiles a bit and says, "Great. And since you have an excess now, can I have my cloak back?"
I'm gonna say no, and then hand him one of the gross snake cloaks.
You know we make those ourselves. What a dick. Yeah, he kind of mutters a bit, but he does take the cloak, says, whatever, I guess I do owe you.
No,
I
no,
did
your
use
money.
the whole wand charge on you.
One wand charge. Boy, after almost killing me.
Hey, we've gone through that thing so fast.
Right, so
All at
mental
once.
note, it's luck. It's definitely lucky. He kind of flexes his fingers a few times. Says, look, I'm not going to be able to do much more tonight. I need time to rest, heal up. We should lay low.
Yeah, I think we
Roust
all
is-
need some time for that.
Yeah, I think we all need a rest.
Nap time.
You need to, he says, I could use some help. It'd be nice to hear a little bit about this, a little bit more about Ezekiel. I've told you what I know about Roust. Maybe you can help me out. I might be able to figure out, I might be able to find something for you.
We don't really know much about him other than what you know, really, and he's the one that bought our slave tickets, or whatever the fuck they're called, our slave papers.
Uh-oh. We're gonna need to get those back.
And he also has wanted posters out for us.
Yeah, I saw those. Most of it's just, I think he was just wanted to keep tabs to see if you came into town. You know, a few reports. I don't think he actually meant for you to get arrested by them. But now that you've done that, now that you threatened him, I get the feeling those wanted posters are going to get a lot more expensive.
Oh yeah.
Finally.
Wow, yeah, great. The attacks I deserve.
He'll spend.
I look between Quilla and Ur'Gak, and I just lean against Bear, going, "Oh my god, no!"
We're just
No,
like,
no, no, no.
Ur'Gak is just like flexing in the corner.
He'll
Yeah.
definitely spend the money to get a real artist.
Says, look, I don't think in terms of a plan, I don't think the circus left the city yet. We know they need some sort of ritual because apparently somebody broke it. And he kind of just like looks at Ur'Gak. I guess the good news is that means you slowed him down. The bad news is something like that. I don't know if you've ever dealt with necromancy. The church, well, it knows about it, but it practices it in a different way. It's dangerous. Something this powerful, you don't just put it back together with gold and magic. You need souls. Something like this, you're going to need a lot of them. You're going to need you're going to need to draw life from something big. They want to make it whole again. That means they're going to have a target that we can find, something we can track them down to, maybe even get ahead of them on. We just need to dig them up.
Well, Dram's a start.
Dram is a start. But he holds up the compass, says, or I think maybe we can go to the source.
Are we ready for that?
He kind of like
No.
he hands you back the compass, kind of like shrugs, says, I don't know. Look, we know he can't be working openly with the Inquisitors. That's the good news. Come on. You told me about that meeting with him in him and Roust in some seedy bar? With slaves? No, he's digging at the bottom of the barrel. That means that he's definitely trying to hide his connections. Otherwise, a man like that, I bet he likes his comforts. Roust is a haughty son of a bitch, wouldn't stoop that low if he didn't have to. Huh. Must mean Roust really needs him. The fuck does a creature like that need a human for? Unless he's not human. Could not be human.
No.
Might be something else. He just kind of like starts trailing off and theorizing for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
While he's off in his own little world, I turn to everybody else and I'm just like, we got to get to my master. He's got to know something.
Well, we need the thing first, so the thing first, and then that.
He nods. Says, master, huh? What kind of master? You,
Druid.
Oh. Don't see many of the wild magics anymore. Empire doesn't really like them. Sees it as, he kind of like rubs
Yeah, we
awkward,
kinda-
tribal?
We kind
I'm gonna cock my head to the side and give him a real dirty look and say, "I know."
Says,
The
come on,
dirty-
you're not even a druid. You're a witch. And to be fair, witches don't have a great reputation. Most of them, well, they don't do good things. I mean, as far as I can tell, you mostly put people to sleep so your buddies can break their legs.
of.
I'm gonna intensify the dirty look.
Dirty look intensive.
Exactly.
But in regards to the Empire, we've learned how to hide from you.
You've learned how to hide from the basic patrols. You might need more help with, a focused search. If Roust himself turns his attention on you, well, that's going to be dangerous.
I'm gonna laugh and say, "Have you seen us?"
He kind
You
of
haven't met my master.
says, no, if you're talking one of the true circles, one of the actual, a real master of the druid arts, one who's been around, actually owns a grove. Well, I guess keeps it, whatever you call it. He actually says that, whatever you call it. Keeps a circle, one of the old powers. They're dangerous, they're powerful indeed. He actually might know something. He could be incredibly helpful.
That's why we need to get to him.
Then it's settled. Circlet, master. And then vengeance.
And then vengeance.
He smiles and puts out a hand to shake.
Ur'Gak shakes it.
Says, huh. Now that I think about it, you like shaking it. We've never been properly introduced. Simon Rumont, Inquisitor. I've already heard you, Ur'Gak. You got a last name? Clan name?
Not anymore.
Hard to hear. He turns to Quilla. And you?
Well, I'm not gonna shake his hand.
Hurtful.
I'll give him my name, though.
Quilla. All right. I've seen you at work. He turns to Rudy. And heck, you're the closest thing to normal I've seen here. And after what I just saw out that window, that's a bit of a stretch. A little disconcerting.
Thank you. Well, the name's Rudy Varstag.
Varstag? Shit, this is right up your alley. We'll hunt down some monsters
Everyone knows
then.
him except for us.
You're gonna have to trust me when I say I prefer to be more of an academic.
Well, we're also meeting much classier people.
Oh my god. No, what's the letters that go for a lawyer? God, it's like, a doctor is MD.
Yeah. Let me look it up.
Yeah, you've got to start introducing yourself as Ur'Gak, whatever letters those are. You know, for the classy people.
Yeah.
He says, and you? And he turns to Curiel.
I kind of snap out of thought. I'm just like, name's Curiel. And I just start going back into thought, thinking about my master and if they're going to target him.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I'm just like in thought, worrying. And it's clear on my face I'm worrying. But
Inner monologue.
Inner monologue. He says, well, nice working with you. Yeah, JD. There we go. Later we can do an LA Noir style somewhere and just do Esquire, yeah, Ur'Gak, Private Eye. I feel like we're just going to try to gather as many names as we can for Ur'Gak.
What we got? We got a, what is it, Charge Smasher?
Yeah, well, Chariot Smasher.
You could add Junior onto that.
Junior.
The third.
All right. Well, guys, I'd say we revealed a lot of good information here. I think this is a good place to quit for now. We can pick this up next time and decide whether we're going to be, what do you call it, tracking down Dram, following the compass, anything else crazy that you guys come up with. Good God, you are crazy bastards if you want to go out and try to turn people in again. Oh, man. Yeah. Any parting thoughts that anybody would like?
I'm pretty good.
I'm pretty good.
No?
Yeah, that should
Excellent.
be fine.
Well then,
It was fun.
I am very happy that we got to do this then. This was a good one.
Yeah.
Except for all the
Agreed.
nat ones.
Except for all the fucking
Oh
hell.
my god, that was so
That
terrible.
does bring up a point. I need a couple of names in the chat here for the two. I think I'm going to break this into two pieces.
Sometimes, always, once.
Sometimes, always ones. Like,
Wait, what do we need in the chat?
we need like chapter names, something short and simple. I can definitely do the sometimes, always ones for like what do you call it? The description.
Yeah.
curse
Sometimes.
dice.
Curse dice. That's definitely coming up. I'm gonna write that down here. There we are. Curse dice. We need another one here.
I
Oh.
came up with the last one. So
Hold on,
you
I
guys
got
can have
one.
at it.
Give me a sec.
Uh-oh.
One,
Yes, sir.
Got a plan.
2.
2.5.
I'm looking for something.
Uh-oh.
Trust me.
It'll be worth the wait.
I really like Ur'Gak Esquire.
Chosen
Oh,
one.
acid does damage, guys.
Acid
Oh,
does
yeah.
damage, guys. That was...
I like that one.
Oh,
Alright, that's probably going in the second... That's probably going in the second like description there or whatever. Acid does damage, guys. It's true.
Who'd have thunk?
Oh my god. All right. Well, thanks for joining everybody. I really appreciate it. This was fun, and I hope you guys had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Too.
yeah.
Thank you.